All right, second part. So yeah, so I had a dream, and the dream was a fog, and I'm driving through it. And today kind of revealed what the Lord was telling me. So after I just shared the last video, Daniel and Zechariah and Exodus, it's pretty much our human nature. Our human nature is in the way, okay? Our human nature is in the way of God's blessings. Right now, God could literally stop this virus and let us go back to our regular nature with Him in us, right? And then He'll lead us to be new people, right? So right now there's, you hear news about people acting ridiculous, throwing parties and disobeying authorities and just doing what they want to do because they're being careless, and a lot of time too is because it's in their nature. Well, I'm fine, there's nothing wrong with me, so I'm gonna party, I'm gonna do me, and that is totally against the Lord. Some people think that we don't need to rely on authorities or any kind of help because we just let the Lord do it. We just wait for the Lord to just do what He has to do, and we just keep praying, And the thing is, see, it's one thing when you understand faith and praying, but it's also another thing when you're understanding faith and praying and walking, because God does stuff through us. Right now, God, like I said, God has people in the places where He needs to be. You see it? Like this light switch, like I said, everyone is in the correct position. We just don't know it. He has doctors where they need to be. He has leaders where they need to be. He has nurses where they need to be. He has pastors where they need to be. He has servants where they need to be. Everyone is exactly where they need to be. It's just a matter of time when the Lord say, hey, you, do this. And you be like, oh, what's? It's just a matter of time, right? And then God could also just, done. All this is done. But then what do we learn from that? We don't learn anything. If he takes the virus away right now, no one's going to acknowledge that it was actually God's doing. It's going to be like, oh, it was the medicine, or it was the antidote, or it was the, God never gets the credit. We all are a reflection of God, and God moves through us. So don't be those people who say, I have faith, I'm just going to keep praying and do nothing. It's like, no, God's going to have you do something because He lives in you, in your heart, and in your mind. He's going to talk to you, and you're going to hear Him speak. So you have to have faith with action. Faith without action is dead, and it's biblical. But let me show you something. Let me tell you something, man. I know people right now is probably looking at me like, look at this guy, making us feel bad or whatever. It's like, you know what? There's been many prophets, many believers who've been stoned and thrown to the furnace for just speaking truth. No one likes truth. No one. I never liked truth when someone told me I did something wrong. It makes me feel bad. It makes me feel terrible or whatever. Or like, you're wrong, because I had to prove that I'm right, and that's human nature. Until we learn how to humble ourselves and just take what God is telling us and just take it to the heart and be like Daniel and come and acknowledge that we have sinned, acknowledge, that we had been doing everything in shame and being rebellious and not seeking Him and everything, this isn't our nature to be like that way. His people, His own people, turn their backs from God. This people could have right now, Jerusalem could be super awesome right now, but they're so rebellious, and they're His people. So if their people can't follow God, what makes you think that us people who are believers now are following God correctly? No, we're no different than the Jews, because we're stiff-necked and our heart is made of stone. Until Jesus lives there, that heart will change, And the thing is too, God always shows us forgiveness. Forgiveness, forgiveness, merciful, merciful, forgiveness, merciful. We have people like Moses, Jesus, who pleaded, Lord, I got this. Let me handle this. Please don't destroy these people. I know they're stubborn. I know they're stiff-necked. I know I'm going crazy myself dealing with these people. And that's how it is in my life. You know, people don't like being around me. People don't call me. People don't come saying how you doing, Carlito, how you been, or nothing like that. Only a few people, and those people aren't even family. You know, and that's a blessing in God. But we believers have a hard life, you know, because we're not from this kingdom. We're from the heavenly kingdom. And right now, the heavenly kingdom is on this kingdom for a good reason. So we could pray, because we exist for God, not for ourselves. This is our opportunity to come together in prayer. That's very simple. Don't feel hopeless or useless. We come to prayer. God does stuff, you know. And in Acts 5:20, it says, tell the people the full message of this new life. Well, wait a minute. It says the full message. It didn't say anything, oh, just tell them about Jesus Christ down the cross, 3:16, you know, forever who believes in him will have everlasting life. That's what the world's believe. That's how the world stopped. Everyone knows that verse, you know. But it says full message. That means there's a lot more to it, you know. And Jesus Christ already talks about if. He says that if, just because you believe in him doesn't mean you're going to heaven. You know, he had to remain in him. John 15, you had to remain with him and walk with him. Remain. You know, and there's a lot of people who think they're remaining, but they're not. You know, and I'm not trying to say that I'm perfect, because I got flaws and I repent every day. And because I am dust and God makes me much, you know. Acts 7:60. Lord, do not hold this sin against them. That means, as Jesus Christ and Stephen, both who were crucified, both who were murdered, actually, both murdered, right? Forgive them. Don't hold this sin against them. God revealed his holiness, his mercifulness, compassion for the people who are even the worst of the worst. I'm about to die. Lord, don't hold this against them. You know, I'm taken out. That is the most righteous act of a human being with the Spirit in them. You know, and right now, we had to come in forgiveness, forgive everyone, and stop being so stiff-necked and cold-hearted, and have compassion for those people. For people who are infected, for people who are out there doing their best, nurses, doctors, leaders, you know. And while we are quarantined, you know, you should be praying for this virus to stop, and for those people who are still out there. You know, and follow the authority. The authorities tell you don't do it, don't do it. Because God put those people in their places, whether you like it or not, you know. So the other dream, and this is funny, okay? The second dream that I had, and you guys most likely to say, this, Carlito, you're crazy, you know, because I think it sounds crazy. But God always uses everything to speak to us. He uses our life experiences, he uses music, he uses movies, he uses books, he uses conversation, he uses everything is a learning, and it's him speaking to us. It's a matter of having our awareness open and paying attention to it. That's why he says, I'm calling, but no one's listening. But then we're listening and we're responding, you know. So let me tell you my weird, goofy dream. So anyways, my daughter and I, we've been hooked on Dragon Ball Z lately. You know, we've been hooked on Dragon Ball Z. I mean, we've been drawing characters and watching animes, you know. That's what we've been doing from time to time together lately, and I'm thankful for it, you know. But there was this one I seen yesterday, and it was actual a recording of a game. And I don't know why it was playing, because we weren't really like watching it, but it was playing in the background. But then I'm watching it, and then after I seen it, I didn't think much of it, you know. It was about Goku doing the Spirit Bomb, right? I don't know whoever's familiar with Dragon Ball Z, but the Spirit Bomb is using the energy of the world to destroy the villain, right? The energy of the world and of people. So that's pretty cool, right? But then in my dream, God speaks to me using Dragon Ball Z. So let me give you a little perspective. So Goku, he was fighting this character named Majin Buu. Majin Buu was the worst villain, and he kills people, right? And at the time, Majin Buu had destroyed all the people of the earth, right? And then you have Goku fighting him, last one, doing his best to defeat him and return the people to the world, but he wasn't doing so good. So then he had to rely on another power source. And so then Vegeta comes out of nowhere, and then it had these Dragon Balls that you make a wish, and this dragon comes out, and they grant your wish, and everything's restored. So Vegeta had made a wish for all the Earth population to return, right? Because he says, in order for us to defeat this enemy, we have to come together. So in order for that to happen, the people need to be restored on planet Earth. So the dragon granted his wish, and Earth was repopulated with humanity. Now Vegeta starts to contact telepathically with the people of the world. Say, hey, this is who we are. We're fighting this enemy. He destroyed you guys, but we wished you guys back, but we need your help. And he's like, we need all the energy you could share. And your energy that you share with us will have you feeling like you just came out of a workout. You know, you'll feel a little bit drained, you know, but we will be able to stop this enemy. So the energy that God reveals to me is the energy is prayer, right? So Jesus Christ is Goku, right? Jesus Christ is Goku. He got the spirit bomb above him, right? He got the prayer ball holding above him. But the prayer ball is not enough. It's not big enough to defeat this enemy, you know? So Vegeta is like, why is the energy ball not increasing? And it's why is not the prayer is not increasing this ball, you know, because people are being stubborn, people are being stiff-necked, people are being arrogant, people are like, who is this, you know, whatever, you know how it is. So then it gets upset, and then you have another being, Mr. Satan. He's a master, and everyone knows who he is, and he's telling him, hey, we're fighting this enemy, and we need your energy, we need your prayers, we need to come together. If we don't come together, we're all gonna die, you know. And then so they share the energy now, and the energy ball increases, right? So you have the spirit bomb, which is a prayer bomb that is waiting to be unleashed on the enemy and destroy the enemy, you know. So that's the image that the Lord revealed to me, telling me, Carlito, I can't do anything. People aren't praying. People aren't praying. So I can't intervene. And the fog is the dream of the fog is how long this is gonna take. This famine is gonna take. This is just gonna keep going and going and going and going, you know, until we actually come together in prayer, you know. What's so difficult about praying, man? Humble yourself, man. Just let it all go. Forgive those, everybody. Go in repentance. That's what repentance means, change. Lord, forgive me, you know. God just wants you to come home so he could treat you like his son, so he could just like give you all he can. Just like the reflection of family, the reflection of home. You know, the three things in the garden that God reflects on is Adam, Eve, marriage, leadership, management, companionship. That's all in the garden. So, if you really want to see God, see your home. See what's going on in your house. How's God in that house? You know what I'm saying? Then you will know for sure how to see God. I know it's some weird stuff. I know I go through some crazy stuff. And like I said, that's how it is with me. Like today, it's awesome. I've been talking to fellow brothers and two brothers who are going through something of a relationship problem they had. You know, two brothers today. And that's why I say today is about forgiveness and first love. You know, we had to forgive those who hurt us and remember the first love. While we had that relationship to begin with, remember those times. First love. That's why Jesus Christ teaches that you forgot your first love. You know, we had to go to our first love. So please, brothers and sisters, pray every day. Mornings, 3 p.m., 7 p.m., let's come as one voice so it could get loud in the throne of God. For God Almighty is going to move, but if we don't move, he won't move. So I love you, brothers and sisters, you know, and like numbers is my thing, you know, and I got this lithium battery is 3.7. You know, is three is Father, 3 is Christ, and 7 is Father God. So Father and Son. So I don't want to continue rambling, but I ask you, please just humble yourself and just do what you're supposed to do. Don't feel hopeless. Don't feel useless. You can pray. Just pray, man. That's all we asking. Just pray, man. Just believe. Use this time to get to know Christ. Use this time to know God. Use this time to read the whole Bible. It is awesome. I mean, you're going to come across things that you wish you would have got onto. Don't think that what you're going to read is to condemn you. No, the Bible is to give you life. That's what it is. Because we live in death. What did Jesus Christ say? Let the dead bury the dead. Come with me. Jesus Christ come for the living. So please, brothers and sisters, love you. God bless.